Hi, so I'm Scott with Self Lord Insider, and I'm here with Sig Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Tell me, man, it's been rough of late. Finally dealing with the suspension, getting back in it, getting that fight on the card, stepping up against a guy that two-time champion in two different promotions.
Yeah.
But does it carry as much weight as somebody that's been fighting in the UFC for such a long time?
Yeah. Actually, I'm feeling very well now. That everything is done with that USADA thing, with that nightmare, and I'm happy that I have a next fight coming up. And this guy I'm fighting with now, Blagoy something, Blagoy Ivanov something. But yeah, he's a really good opponent, you know, because he was champion, like you said, in two organizations. But of course, you know, this is UFC. This is different, you know. All the best fighters in the world are here, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna be very happy to welcome him to the organization and give him some good times inside the octagon.
Do you ever kind of worry though that, because I mean, a lot of people, when they see people coming from outside of the UFC, that maybe they thought of them as minor leagues, and then they come over and it's like, oh wow, this guy could really bang though.
Yeah, for sure, you know. There's a reason for everything, you know. And there's a reason why this guy is making his debut on the UFC, you know. He's looking for something bigger for his career, you know. So I'm expecting a very tough fight. You know, I was taking a look already on his old fights, and he's tough. He's tough. He's from Sambo, but he throws some bombs too. You know, he likes to strike. It's gonna be a very interesting fight, you know, and like I all the time say, you know, I don't pick opponents. So the UFC brought me him, you know, and they said, "Hey, fight this guy." I was happy because finally I was living that feeling again, you know. After 1 year out, after 1 year, my last fight was almost 1 year ago, so I felt good, you know, because I have a goal, I have something bigger for me to be working on now.
So is it almost like a proving ground that you've been out, but you aren't retired, you were still training and all,
Yeah.
and now you got that green light, now it's all systems go?
Yeah, I feel like that. I was training, you know, because since the beginning, when USADA caught me from, you know, that fight, since the beginning I was having the feeling, no, I don't do anything wrong. I play a fair game here, you know, and I'm not just saying, you know, that's the truth. Everybody know I was the champion of the world this way, you know, and I will be the champion of the world this way again, you know. So since the beginning, when USADA caught me out from the fight, I was training because I was thinking to myself, no, it's not possible. If there's some organization in this world that can come prove that I'm not a cheater, you know, this organization is USADA, you know. So very soon they will clarify everything and allow me to fight again. So I want to be ready. And I was training the whole time, and it was taking longer than I thought. And I said, my gosh. So that's why I said, you know, it became a nightmare for me, because I said, if USADA is not capable to say that I'm not a cheater, you know, who's gonna be, you know, because but I was training, I was living the environment of the gym every day, because which I love, and so I wasn't stopped. I wasn't just you know, getting big and and not doing anything, you know. So the first option the UFC brought was maybe to replace the Chile fight, the main card in Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, depends of the opponent. And this guy, and I said, man, I'm training, I can do that, you know. But then it didn't work well, and they rescheduled this thing for July 14th. And now I'm training again. I have 10 weeks for training, so I'm feeling good.
So it's definitely one of those where you just never stop. The training keeps going.
Yeah.
Even if like you finish a fight, maybe you take a week off, but you're right back in the gym.
Yeah, normally take 10 days off, around that, you know. But when the fight's too hard, then I take 15 or 20 days off, you know, to relax, and that's what my team.
And also medical suspension, what they tell you too.
Yeah, but I go back right away for training, because when I'm not training, I'm not the same guy, you know. Even at home, you know, my wife used to tell me, hey, go back to the gym. Go back to the gym, go back training, because man, you're too boring.
you're that miserable when you're not.
Yeah. So to be in the gym, this is my life. This is what I do for living and everything, you know. That's why it was so frustrating for me to be leaving something like that I lived, you know, with the USADA, because man, I really love what I do, and this feeling that I'm having now, you know, I'm relieved. Mm-hmm. I'm relieved it's fine over, and I'm able to move forward.
Well, that being said, if you're all about getting to the gym, your wife's telling you to get to the gym. What happens in the 10 days where you're not in the gym after you fight? Is there downtime, or are you like studying videos of fights? What's going on?
No, life is not life for sure. Life is not just the gym, you know. I have actually to take care of life, take care of my family, take care of business. But
what's the fun though outside of the gym? Is there?
Of course.
Are you jumping off of a cliff, skydiving? What's going on?
No. I'm not that kind of guy, you know. I spend energy at the gym, like training or doing those kind of things. The rest of it is just having fun with the friends and family, and enjoying life the way I can, you know. Because now I'm living, man. It was something very, very interesting, because I think everything happens for a reason, and God knows what He does. Because man, my wife, we are living. Our family lives in Brazil, you know. Yeah. We are living here in America, and she was my son just turned 1 year old, like some time ago, like a month ago, and this time was so special for me to be there with him, to be caring of him, to be giving my attention for him, you know, and helping my wife to take care of him. So it was so important for me that I feel like this, you know, everything happens for a reason, and the reason everything was happening this time with me, I think, was for me to be there with my son, with my family, and giving the attention specific and directly for them.
And you know, I've seen countless interviews. I've seen you cage. Are you ever really in a bad mood? I mean, you were like the happy-go-lucky guy all the time. Is there really something that eats at you, gets under your skin at all? Because you know, a lot of the fighters, they want to get at you. They want to play the mind games and stuff. But I mean, what is it with you? How do you construct yourself that way, where you can kind of put aside all that extra white noise, if you call it, especially with the suspension? I'm sure there's people that like to say a bunch of stuff until you literally prove your innocence.
Well, I think, man, I don't have an answer for that, because it's the way I am, you know. It's the way I am, because I like to be like this, you know. I think it attracts good things for me. Even when it attracts bad things, there's somehow, I believe there's some reason for that to be happening with me in my life, you know. And you know, being like that make me live the life better, I think, you know. Everybody here in the gym, if you ask everybody, you know, since the beginning that USADA called me from that fight, nobody can say here I was in a bad mood here in the gym, or you know, not talking with people. I was all the time singing and playing with everybody, and all the time working, because I'm all about this, you know, being happy and work hard to make my dreams come true.
All right. Well, hey, really appreciate it. We're looking forward to the fight, taking on I can't even pronounce it.
Blagoy something.
Ivanov. Yeah, looking forward to that fight, and all the best, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.